he makes a very fundamental point, and this is the kind of point that...
Does he? Well, isn't that nice? It's lovely when people get to make very fundamental points, as opposed to those not very relevant tips. But okay, of course, we have old Geordie boy back, and today he's talking about the problem with atheism. Presumably it's something about the lot of us being absolute bastards, which is weird, because that's my favourite thing about atheists. It makes us so much more fun at parties.
That I think that people who haven't investigated these matters down this particular literary and philosophical pathway never grapple with.
Well, it remains to be seen exactly what the idea we don't grapple with actually is, but before we even get there, I immediately have some questions. By grapple, do you mean just agree with you? Because you know. And if not, what makes you think that the only way to investigate a specific idea is within some media that you in particular like, or hold value in, and only that media? Because you aren't omniscient, you simply could not know that there aren't other avenues for this specific ideas out there. Especially considering that it's a book, not actual factual data. And even ignoring that and sticking with the philosophy boys, there's the fact that what makes you think that it's actually a worthwhile thing to grapple with at all? It may well be very, very stupid as a train of thought and leads down a pit of dumbassery with a stop at idiot station. For all we know, which of course, even without hearing it, is pretty likely. I have dealt with Peterson before, and he's rarely smart when it comes to atheism, or anything else I've seen him talk about.
Dostoevsky said straightforwardly.
He said it straightforwardly, did he? I always thought he said things with his snapping claws and many side-mounted legs with erratic movement, occasionally using his massive body to crush his opposition. No, wait, I was thinking of giant enemy crabs.
If there's no God, so if there's no higher value, let's say, if there's no transcendent value, then you can do whatever you want.
Oh, well, isn't that interesting? I had no idea that Dostoevsky was a goddamn idiot. What universe did he live in where that would be even remotely the case? Like, to get the broader take out of the way, in a universe without a god, you still wouldn't expect a human being to be able to fly by flapping their arms really hard, no matter how much they wanted it. Taking God out of the equation doesn't make the impossible suddenly possible. But even if we stick with the supposed intended meaning, as in do anything you want no matter how bad it is, even if our universe had a god, you could still absolutely do whatever bad thing you want, because apparently he does nothing to actually stop you in the act, and bad things happen all the time. And if we take it to mean there are consequences because God, and somehow there would be none without, again, I have to ask you, what universe was he in? Because people still get punished for bad behavior all the time. And frankly, depending on which version of Goddington might do, there's a ton of extremely shitty actions that you can perform that not only won't get you punished, but actively rewarded. What a freaking hack.
And that's the question that he's investigating. And you see...
But that wasn't a question. That was, in fact, a statement. Do you not know the difference, mate? As someone so ready to jerk off over their own alleged literacy, you probably should. Anyway, the question really is, how could someone seriously say something that dumb and not collapse in on themselves into a silliness void? And of course, this all assumes that Peterson's interpretation of the work is even accurate. And again, I have listened to this man be so wrong about so many things that it is very difficult to take him seriously. And it doesn't help that I'm not even trying.
This is why I have such frustration, say, with people like Sam Harris, the sort of radical atheist.
Radical atheist. What exactly makes one that? For starters, I do not think I have ever seen the guy on a skateboard with wraparound shades and a backward cap. I mean, I thought I did once, but it turns out that it was just me in a mirror. But really, I have heard no worthy definition of the term, and it always seems to come back to being an atheist who won't simply shut up and accept whatever bullshit a theist might spout at them. When that's not radical, that's just not being a bloody doormat for other people's bullshit ideology. I mean, they could at least randomly blow up a bus full of nuns or something.
Because they seem to think that...
Not gonna lie, I'm not convinced you have any idea what any atheist thinks about anything, let alone what all of us think, because we are not a monolith. And if we were, I would find it and pee on it so it would belong to me. But hey, let's find out what us sabbatical awesome atheists think about whatever utter trash Petey is talking about this time.
Once human beings abandon their grounding in the transcendent, that the plausible way forward is with a kind of purist rationality that automatically attributes to other people equivalent value.
Well, okay, look at that. That is something that no goddamn atheist has ever said. I mean, seriously, a straw man from Jordan, say it ain't so? The hell are you talking about? Secular ethics don't come from some weird, nonsensical, ultra-rationality garbage. They mostly come from utility and harm reduction. Now, that's not to say that those aren't pretty rational concepts to strive for, but this bizarre me am super rational straw man is just not something that exists outside of a small group of atheists that simply everyone makes fun of. The same way that everyone makes fun of I'm 14 and this is deep types from your side too, J-Man. Cough.
It's like, I just don't understand that.
Okay, well, that is totally fair. I mean, I don't understand stupid shit I make up about the beliefs of other people either. But what I find really helpful is to actually talk to them. And here's the wildly insane part. Actually listen to what they say and not immediately fire it out of your brain and make up a new thing about them that doesn't actually reflect what they believe. Eventually, you might even be able to say something coherent about them and their beliefs. Crazy shit, I know.
They believe that that's the rational pathway.
Like, even if that wasn't all gibbering nonsense, the idea of trying to use rationality to derive a set of rational beliefs is, well, it's got to be at least a little bit rational, right? I mean, rationality isn't a means unto itself. It's a tool like any other that can lead you to many disparate ideas. Some of them helpful, some of them not so much, but that doesn't mean you can't garner any useful moral understandings by doing so. I mean, theists will often rationalize all sorts of harmful shit into, actually, that's good though. That doesn't make rationality itself somehow bad.
What the hell is irrational about me getting exactly what I want from every one of you whenever I want it at every possible second? Why is that irrational?
Well, for starts, that depends entirely on what you want from them exactly. You are obviously trying to frame it as getting what you want is a bad thing, which smacks of telling on yourself. Wouldn't it be oh so rational if I just killed and ate all of you right now? Fact is, in any given room, I usually do get what I want from most people. That is to say, absolutely nothing. If anything, the ideal would be, in fact, there or my departure from that room. But being left alone is generally more than good enough. Unless they have a Game Boy Advance, a link cable, and a copy of Pokemon Leaf Green. Then I want to trade some goddamn Pokemans. But let's say I am a crazy asshole who insinuates that if I got what I wanted from all the people in the room, that would be oh so obviously a terrible thing. Well, I think that the people in the room might have something to say about it. If you attack a classroom of like 30 people with your stupid headset and dry eraser, the most likely outcome is you tied up with the mic cord and the eraser stuffed into your mouth while they wait for the police. So if part of your rational want is also like freedom, then the last thing you would do is get what you want from all the people, you absolute goddamn dumbass.
And how possibly is that more irrational than us cooperating so we can both have a good time of it?
In Jordan Peterson's Topsy-Turvy Upside Down Land, a rational action is burning down the town because fire and pretty and you like the way people scream when they are engulfed in it. But it would be totally irrational to build houses with your neighbors, develop a society that protects everyone, and, deals with the previous dipshit so that we can all live another day. Because that's the word of the day, survival. It's kind of important. Cooperation isn't just about us having a good time of it. It's the key factor in why one is far more beneficial than the other. I mean, supposedly, J-Boy understands evolution, yet somehow can't wrap his head around the idea that individuals with a tendency to destroy things that make life better for everyone else aren't just left to it by those who don't. They are tied to a rock and thrown in a goddamn lake, and potentially their progeny too. Taking out those insane traits and leaving a more cooperative gene pool to carry on and make a society that not only survives, but thrives. It absolutely blows my goddamn mind that this is the kind of shit that he was saying before becoming well known, and yet everyone didn't immediately twig that this guy is an utter moron. God damn it.
I don't understand that.
Yes, mate, we know. It's really embarrassing for you, considering the fact that you feel the need to go on and on and on about secular ethics/morality all the time. It is shocking just how little you both understand it and the idea of how morality functions in general.
I mean, it's as if the psychopathic tendency is irrational. There's nothing irrational about it.
There's everything irrational about it, you goddamn clown. Because you won't make it past, "Hey guys, would you mind if I killed you all?" before you got absolutely dogpiled and again thrown in a river. And if you didn't announce it, you'll probably get through 1 or 2 people, considering your frame. And hell, even if you managed to do whatever terrible thing you were planning to every single person and managed to get out of it scot-free, if you kept doing it to other people in other places, they would start to notice this slender man we have at home looking motherfucker who keeps turning up and bad things keep happening when he does. Eventually, someone's going to figure out what you're doing and then everyone will put a stop to it.
It's pure naked self-interest. How is that irrational?
That's not self-interest, it's social suicide. And unless getting strung up by an entire town of people is your goal, where again, that would just be you selecting yourself out of the gene pool, your perfectly rational man, TM, is literally the most irrational actor I could possibly conceive of. Because by this idea, you wouldn't even have them doing the bare minimum of like hiding their actions. Because in this, well, that's not fun, so why would they do it? So they would literally and unashamedly just do whatever heinous shit without a second thought to consequences. They are an idiot. They have no self-preservation instinct. So in a more primitive time would have likely been dashed on a rock as an infant because he kept biting the fingers, toes and noses off of his various siblings. The solution was pretty obvious. That little shit wouldn't have been worth the headache because he's obviously a goddamn wrong'un. It's okay, they could just have another.
I don't understand that.
Yes, it's becoming increasingly obvious how little thought that you've put into this. I would almost think it was intentional self-parody if I thought you were capable of that level of self-reflection. But then you would have realized that I don't understand that is not the conclusion of a thought process, but actually an opportunity to learn what about it you don't understand. Perhaps you are missing something. Perhaps your previous ideas are lacking and you need to begin again. Something, for God's non-existent sake.
Where's the pathway from rationality to an egalitarian virtue?
A classic idea is stated thus: it is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. And considering your inability to even come up with even just a small path from rationality to beneficial moral understanding, leads me to believe that you were educated by a pack of wild meerkats. If you want to survive, it's rational to do things that make you not die. Cooperating makes you not die. Being a dangerous monster makes you die. Therefore, cooperation is the better strategy. This is not hard, Jordan. You're just really, really stupid, unfortunately.
Why the hell not every man for himself and the devil take the hindmost? It's a perfectly coherent philosophy.
Coherent? I guess, but that doesn't make it useful. That wouldn't make it work for those holding it. I mean, is that what you think makes for valuable secular ethics? That it just has to be internally consistent? Because no. And again, if the goal is I want to survive, and presumably my genes to survive also, then it would absolutely be incoherent because it couldn't possibly achieve those goals. And again, even if a good portion of the species behaved like that, any others who didn't would leave, form their own functional outposts, and survive much, much better than you, so could pass on those genes again and again and again, while your guy is out in the woods desperately trying to keep himself warm over the slowly dying embers of the charred corpse of his first and last lover, wondering to himself why it's everyone else's fault that he's cold, because again, he's as dumb as you are.
And it's actually one that you can institute in the world with a fair bit of material success if you want to do it.
I mean, in the short term, probably, but the overwhelming designator for societal success is, of course, cooperation. While an aggressive expansionist group can see short-term success, a larger group of actors working for the benefit of all is going to stick around for likely far longer. than the one that ultimately ends up eating itself. And if what you actually mean is a sort of more modern, exploitative tactic of the functional psychopath variety, that is actually only possible in a society where most people are actually trying to help each other. With no one to exploit, that guy is completely screwed. And again, if detected, will likely face severe repercussions for any actions taken on other individuals. Just because they wanted to stomp on that stranger's puppies doesn't mean that person doesn't have friends, or hell, even sympathetic strangers within haymaking distance of your crazy ass.
So I don't see. To me, I think that
you nearly said it again. Yes, you don't understand. We got that, Jordan. And I think that you know that if you said it enough times in such a short amount of time, some of your viewers might start to, actually believe you when you say you don't understand. And wouldn't that be frigging tragic?
that the universe that people like Dawkins and Harris inhabit is so intensely conditioned by mythological presuppositions that they take for granted.
And there it is. But of course, no, atheists don't take moral ideas for granted. We actually explain them, using our understanding of how ideas and behavior spread. And the whole concept that mythology is the source of morals is a classic cart before the horse error. Sure, mythologies can spread morals, but I would argue that not one of them has ever created a coherent, functional, and useful moral idea all on its own. They just claim to. The ideas will have come from humans looking at the way people already act in general and simply try to explain why. Really, really badly. Just like you with everything you ever talk about, mate.